Hello and welcome to another episode of SprueCast. We've got a few little changes we need to mention tonight. So first of all, Gil has left us now. He was only ever in the group to help get things going for us a little bit. He done a marvelous job. A great guy, Gil, and we will miss him. He's got to spend some time with his family, and we wish him all the best in whatever he does. And we hope that at some point he'll find time to come back and chat with us again. We do really wish you the best of luck, Gil. Thank you so much for everything you've done for the channel. And as you may know, we have a new person in. So Fred, aka Pappy, was interviewed 2 weeks ago, and we got on really well. He covers an area that we didn't previously have great coverage on with cars. So Fred's on board with us now.
Thank you.
Any car questions, direct them towards Fred. And great stuff.
Great to be here. Great to be here, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I love it.
So we really got on well, didn't we, at the last time you were on? It was a great show. And anyway.
Try to give y'all a little bit different view of what I had previously. Josh can kind of attest to this. The angle that I was at on the first podcast, I'm sorry it was so bright. My hobby room has got a big bay window right here, and it's bright. It's bright right now, and I got the blinds turned down. But Josh has followed my channel ever since I started it. And Josh, you remember this used to be the view everybody used to see of Wednesday, What's on Your Bench? Mm-hmm. So this is a little bit better. Everybody gets to see a little bit more of where, kind of my operating area.
Yeah, it's I like looking at. So I'm dreadful for when we're talking with people and they're off. So when they're talking with other people in the group, I'm one of those that's got the screen up and I'm looking at all their bottles of paint that they've got.
As you can tell, I'm a little bit organized.
Yeah, all the glue they've got and all these times. And I think, what's that there? I've never seen that one before. And I'm like that. I'm dreadful for it. Absolutely dreadful. I'm so nosy when it comes to. I don't care about the rest of the house. I just, I'm interested.
If I was to carry y'all through the rest of the house, I'd probably be on lockdown. Vicky would probably be like, "Don't y'all show them the house."
Yeah, I mean, I could come in on a chat. Gordon will tell you this. I can come in on a chat group with people that I've been in with a few times, and I can immediately see if something's moved on a shelf.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But there we go. So another thing I wanted to bring up. Now, many of you that have followed I guess it would be my previous channel because I don't really do much on it now. But you may remember I interviewed a chap called George Formichev. Now, George runs endurance lasers. I'm hoping to get him back on here soon to interview him again. He started a laser company and it's really gone from strength to strength. So currently he's got a $200 giveaway. And he's asked if I will, promote it for him, and I will. There's a link in the description. It's already there, so you can scroll down and tap on that link, and it will take you through to his page where he's got the $200 giveaway. And yeah, I'm currently talking with him and hope to get him back on the channel so we can have an update on how things are going. He does a lot of laser stuff with 3D printers, so you convert like an Ender 3 and you put a laser on it instead of having your PLA, and it's like that. So hopefully we'll be able to get him on to do that. So that's that in terms of announcements. And yeah, we've got a birthday boy in the group today. See if you can guess whose birthday it is. Who looks a year older?
That would be you, huh, Mark?
I don't look a year older. I look younger. Every time I come, I look younger.
I've got a lot of gray, but I'm older than dirt. I was there when it was created.
I'm thinking, Gordon, you look as though you've gained a year.
Yeah,
This is true. Our son used to believe that on his birthday, that was when he got taller. So when he was younger, he would come down on a morning on his birthday and go, "Yay, I'm taller." And yeah, no. Oh, you're joking. He's 21.
22, Mark.
He's 22. He's still doing it. Oh, right. Okay.
Have you grown an inch taller, Gordon?
Yeah, have you grown an inch taller? No, he's got an inch shorter, mate.
I found out the older I get, the shorter I start. When I first went into the Navy, I think I was 6'3", which I was tall for a sailor. But anyhow, now I'm about 6'2", so and I'm nearly 60 years old. So I'm starting to compress a little bit more each year. But I hope that don't happen to you, Gordon, because I'm getting shorter and I'm getting bigger, wider this way.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I can always extend my height.
There. Oh, wow.
Wow.
You can only extend on one side unless you buy a pair of them shoes for the other foot with the big heel on.
Oh, wow.
Man, don't crush him. Man.
Yeah. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Telescope. If you lost both your legs, you can have go Gadget legs. Inspector Gadget with the telescopic system.
Yeah.
Get a bit carried away now.
Talking about height, one of the things, I was tall for a sailor. I mean, I was 6'3", but we were deployed on a sub one time. Oh my God, the bulkheads and the hatches on those things. Let me just say, I still got scars across here from hitting them. I'm like, God almighty. Yeah, probably I remember getting a concussion. I hit a bulkhead so hard one time going through one with my head. So that's probably what's wrong with me today.
Wow, that's 6'3". It's quite tall.
6'2" now. I'm getting short.
I was actually 6'1", but now I'm 6 foot. So you do actually, as you get older, your spine compresses a bit, and you do it curves a little bit as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all downhill for you, I'm afraid, Gordon. How tall are you now? I know. When you go through to the kitchen, sometimes we see your hand go up to reach the handle.
So if I took your leg off you,
Yeah,
you'd be shorter than Gordon.
I know. I'd probably be the same height. I don't know how tall Gordon is. He always looks very short, though. I imagine you're short, but I could be wrong. You might be 6.5 foot tall. You're what?
5 feet.
5 feet?
5'8".
Oh, I thought you said 5 feet. My God. was going to say we've got a hamster taller than you. Is he? You're taller than Andrew. Oh wow, that'll shut her up. Anyway, there we go. So it's Gordon's birthday. Happy birthday, Gordon.
Yes.
How old are you now? 36?
Shit.
Not far off 60 now.
Not far off 60.
You don't look
You
it.
don't look it, no. I'm being honest there. You don't look nearly 60.
Mark looks older than you.
Thank you, Angela, for that sterling endorsement there. Okay, so moving on. Anyway, happy birthday, Gordon. I didn't know it was your birthday. Otherwise, actually, I probably wouldn't have bought you anything because we ain't got the money at the moment. But if I'd have known, I could have planned ahead.
Would y'all like for me to sing a rendition of Happy Birthday so the dogs can start howling?
No.
No,
I think
Good.
the dogs have done stopped howling or stopped barking now that the fireworks are
Yeah.
over.
I think we're good. So, let's have a look round and see what we've been working on. Who wants to go first this week?
I think
Yes.
Gordon should. He gets birthday. He gets the birthday clause.
Yeah. Actually, we should make a new thing that when it's somebody's birthday, they get to pick what we talk about. I wish I'd thought of that before. Maybe we could start that. Anyway, off you go. I'll put the camera on you. Bear with me a minute. And there you go. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gordon.
Happy birthday to you.
Maybe you'll grow a little taller. Oh, happy birthday, buddy. Oh, goodness.
well, we're working on the VC10. Finally got all the panel, all the filling done. Working on the wings at the minute. I've got one almost done. Another one in clamps.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a limited run kit, so the you've not quite got Tamiya precision with this one. It's a bit wonky.
So Gordon, do those clips leave marks on the model?
No.
No? Okay.
No. You just on the bulldog clips, and all I've done, I've run the glue down the edge and then just put it backside a little bit.
I just didn't know if those left marks or anything on them.
Oh, wow. Are those the kind that you clip paper with, Gordon?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got some little dinky ones.
Okay. Yeah.
I've got some bit bigger ones.
Yeah.
And I've got the really strong ones.
Oh yeah. Those are crack a wing right there.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing, and the R4Q, the drone is hanging up, drying at the moment because I've sprayed the tops of the wings white.
All right, we can't see the drone then yet.
No, that'll be one for next week. So I've hung it up.
Yeah.
So I don't put my fingers on it.
Yeah.
But,
Right. Excellent.
I've acquired one thing. I treated myself for my birthday.
Oh, C-130. Love
I
them.
like that. Oh man, C-130. Is that the one they call the Hercules?
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm going to do it in the first RF colour scheme it came out in.
Wow.
Oh wow. That's like a desert pattern, isn't it?
Yeah, that's similar to what we seen in Desert Storm.
Yeah, it's light stone and dark earth with gloss black underneath. So I treated myself for my birthday. I thought, because the very first Hercules that I actually went on was actually painted in them colours.
I've jumped out of the back end of one of those many a time.
I've done it twice.
I couldn't even begin to tell you how many times I have. Once I got past 500, I was like, it's old news to me.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the first time we ever did a jump, it was out of the back of a C-130. Old memories.
Yeah.
What's it like, Fred, jumping out the back? For
me it was a adrenaline rush. For some of the boys that had never experienced anything like that. I mean, it's let's just say one guy in front of me decided when he stopped about halfway down the plank, the jump master went down there and kicked him out the plank. So he didn't like it too much, but it's fun. I really enjoy it. I would really like to get a couple of more in my underneath my belt before I check out of this whole world.
Flip screen back then, Mark.
Yeah, sorry. I was just getting. Okay, so who's next? Josh, what about you?
So I really haven't worked on anything. I did buy a couple things, but
okay.
So I got this guy the other day. This is actually a pretty decent sized figure.
Wow.
That is. I like that.
So I seen this for like $15. So I was like, yep, wow. I'm going home with me.
$15?
Yeah.
Where did you get that from?
Just a local like figure where I buy figures and stuff. I bought this set of paints.
Yeah.
Since I have the big box, so I've got paints to paint those up. And then I bought it's not out yet, but it's the Army Painter metallic set that just came out.
Yeah.
So those are the three things I've gotten.
How much was that Citadel paint set? Because I know how much they are over here. I'm curious how much you paid for it over there.
Oh, geez. I wonder if the price is even on this still. I want to say under 40. 35 something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be about what we pay, yeah. So
no, it's gotten way cheaper. Way cheaper.
I don't know, I think Citadel's very expensive. I don't know about over there, but certainly over here they are very expensive.
Well, see, and that's the thing, like they're expensive for you, but it is that much more expensive for us because they have to add the shipping on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the larger, and I don't have them out here, but the larger, like the contrast paint, I think are like $4 or $5 over for you, right?
Yeah.
They're like almost $7.50 here. Like they add $3 to them just to, cover the cost of shipping.
And they don't cost a lot to make at all.
I don't know the answer to that. I mean,
I do. They don't cost a lot.
I wish they'd get away from those paint pots. I mean, that's
yeah. Yes, the paint pots are absolute. They are without a doubt. And I'm including Revel because let's face it, their paint pots ain't brilliant either. But yeah, the Citadel paint pots are bloody awful. I would say then you've got Revel. They're the next worst ones. and then they're
Which
all
Revell ones are you talking about? You talking about the enamel paints?
I'm on about square ones, the acrylics. The
acrylic
square-
colours.
Mm.
These ones, hold on. I've got a drawer full of them here. Let me see. So these ones.
It's still on me.
Oh, yeah.
Do that, Mark.
You know, I'd never get used to that. Even though, bear with me, let me bring it over to me. So I'm on about these ones.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They don't even make those
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, we can't even get those here in the States yet.
And you let me just check. You take the lid off, and I only found this out the other day. Well, the other day, the other week, the other month, this year definitely. But I didn't know that this lid here is designed to clip on to this section here. If it will fit.
For like a paint pot. Oh, I'll be darned.
So when it sits, it's supposed to sit like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Wow.
But like a miniature wet palette.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did not know that. But yeah, that's how they are designed. And if they'd gone one step further, you could even sort of clip them together along the side, but they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
And
can't even get,
kinda like-
can't even get those.
Yeah, we've.
That's kind of cool, but it's still a stupid design, in my opinion. So, as it's on me, had you finished, Josh? Sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I showed everything. I was.
So, as it's on me, I'll go next. It's going to be no shock to anyone that I'm still on the Intruder, but the Intruder is finito. It's finished. You can see it just up there. There we go. I'll bring it down quickly. This is where it all falls apart. Let me just bring the other light up. Try and get a bit more light on it. So basically, yeah, this is what gave me all the grief for so long. I put a bit of weathering on the underwing there, and in the
Oh wow.
joins there. I will be. I don't know what to say really. It's not a show-winning build by any means. You can see the photo etching there. The canopy is dreadful, but I'm happy with it because it took me a long time to get the steps are wrong. I know they should be white in there. White in there. I haven't got that done, and the front wheel hasn't been completely painted yet either. But that's it. It's just the front wheels. I had to get it finished though, and it's going to form part of tonight's subject. Funnily enough. And there we go. Underneath, are these the snake eyes, aren't they,
Yeah.
Gordon?
Yeah.
Yes, I do know the fuel tank in the middle's on the wrong way around. I opted to fold the wings because I've never done a jet with folded wings. So I decided right from the word go that I was going to give that a bash. And it was fairly straightforward. The whole kit was, I don't know how to, it was a bit awkward. The fit wasn't great. It wasn't bad, but there were certain areas where it could have done with improvement. You know, it's just one of those. Would it be classed as a short run kit, Gordon, this?
No, it's not a short run kit. The biggest problem with it is the fit's not brilliant, and the instructions are some of the worst I've come across.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. The instructions are the worst I've ever. Yeah, there's pieces that have got no numbers at all. There's pieces that are in completely the wrong place. There's diagrams that show you. Well, they don't show you anything. They've got like a vague picture of all the pieces, and then just an out. Like for example, with the cockpit, you've got some pieces and just an arrow that points into the cockpit. So you've got to just put the items in there. It doesn't tell you where they go.
Apply glue, throw in, shake. That's where it goes.
Oh yeah. It was very much like that. It was.
How brittle? How brittle is the folded wing, Mark?
The folded wing's actually quite strong.
They are okay.
Because so let me just bring it back down. There's what you don't see. Let me see if I can get a little pointer, something to point with. We'll use the back of this. Oh no, that might be too big.
Paintbrush.
Yeah, that's what I had, a paintbrush, but it was too thick. Let me use one of the smaller ones. Here we go. Right. That's not got a very good tip on it, but we'll do. So, forgive me because I'm looking at the screen trying to do this. So, this hinge here forms the basis of your join. It goes up into this hole here. Come on. Hold on. Let me bring this light in a bit closer because that's what the problem is. We've not got enough light. Turn that way a little bit. And then...
Yeah, you've got the two articulating rams that go into the lower wing and the upper wing, and they do make quite a strong joint.
Yeah, so why don't you just focus, you git?
It won't even focus on your hand because of that light. It's washing everything out. So
right there is perfect.
It needs the light. It's the I think. Oh, there we go. Right.
Oh yeah, there you go.
There, perfect.
It's my face that's upsetting it. So yeah, you've got these two joins here that glue in, and then they glue in underneath also there and there. So and that's your join there, but that on its own would probably not be enough. But what they've done is, if you can see down in there, there's a triangular block all the way down here, and that glues onto the wing. I can't really get it any. It's an awkward. Let me try the other side.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, you can see the hinge mechanism.
Oh that adds a good. Yeah, that adds a good bit of structural.
Yeah, so basically that's
stability
a triangular piece on there. I don't know if you can see it. You might be able to see it better side on. No, it's very well concealed. But yeah, that basically holds it up.
Oh yeah, it's
quite strong. I say it's quite strong. If you dropped it, it would break. They would break. But it is what it is. I have got super glue on them, so super glue's a bit brittle anyway. Yeah, you've got to treat it with care. Yeah, so that's the A6E intruder. I got that finished, and we're now on to another group build. If anyone wants to join in, we're doing the lightning. Any lightning.
Electric lightning.
Mm.
Oh, are we all doing the English electric one?
Yeah, that's what it's called. It used to be, when it was first built, English Electric. Then when the company merged with us, it became British Aerospace Corporation.
Okay, so yeah, if anyone's got one of these and they want to join a group build, that's what we're doing at the moment. I've not got very far. I've literally got the I've got the sides off the sprues. And for some reason, I can't understand this. Maybe Gordon can explain it. My kit is very shiny. The plastic out of the box
Wow.
is unbelievably shiny.
Yeah.
Everything. The whole lot.
I was gonna say you need to wash that thing.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like it's got something on it. I wouldn't.
It's probably mold release.
No, it's polished. The mold's been polished, and it leaves a really shiny frame because mine is the same.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Everything, even canopy parts are shiny. So I've never seen a kit like it. I've never seen a kit when it came out. It was so. I mean, I've handled this a lot now, so it's lost a lot of its original shine it had. I'm just trying to see if we've got any in the box. Here we got. Look, we got the wings here. I haven't touched them much, but
I know when I've gotten car kits that are like that, if I didn't wash the body, I couldn't get paint to stick to it.
Yeah.
So
reflection.
I'd be very, very cautious with that.
You see the reflection in the.
Yeah. Like I said, that's cool, but
I'm with Josh, man. I'd have to take some 1000 and knock that sheen off.
Oh yeah, I will.
But you're knocking details off also, as far as rivets and things like that.
I've got a weak isopropyl mix as well, so I'll just give it a wipe down. Yeah, and that's it really. That's as far as I've got. So with that said, we will move on to Fred, and then we'll have a quick look at the questions before we tackle tonight's subject. So, Fred, I'm just going to pop it over to you.
All right. I don't guess I need to pull. I can keep my AR platform over here, but I haven't put it back up, so I'm not going to pan. I'm not going to pan the camera over or anything. Let me try some things here. Nope, not that one. All righty. Let's. Well, as in the first. When I first joined in with y'all a couple weeks ago, I was in the middle of building the 70 Plymouth Barracuda. I like to Pro Street a lot of stuff. So any of you that's not familiar with Pro Street, this is what Pro Street is all about. Narrowed rear end, big fat tires up under it like that. Blown engine. Let me see if I can get see if I can keep. That's big blower sticking out up under it.
So, Fred, the wheelie bars are those? Did you make those, or did that come in the kit?
No, those come with the kit, Josh. It's the Revell 67 Pro Street kit. Let's see, that's the 67 Chevelle. These actually come as part of the. As you can see, it comes part of the rear end. That's really all I use out of that kit. And if you take, let me grab my pointer, which
Scully.
He knows who it is. From right, let's see, from right about here backwards that way is all the 67 Chevelle Pro Street. That's all I use out of that kit. But I do use the, like Josh was pointing out, the wheelie bars, the rear end, the tires, and that's about it. But as far as that's about all that I use out of that one. And then as far as the Revell Plymouth kit, everything that you see right here, that's the Revell kit. I used actually about 3 kits to finish this, or actually to get it. Sorry about the light. Boy, I tell you, the light demons are really on me. But overall, man, I tell you what, I really enjoyed building this kit. It's
So Fred, what's the other kit? The Chevelle, the Plymouth. What's the other one?
Actually, the only thing I don't know, to be honest. To be honest, Josh, I don't remember what it. I used the Hemi engine. I think it came from. I want to say, if everybody, any of you that's built cars, they used to have a Dirty Donnie Pro Street kit that had a Hemi in it, and I think this is where it came from. And then the blower and the belt assembly and the carbs, those are some of the stuff that I have. I do a little bit of casting. So I cast my own blowers, my own belts, and my own carbs now. So, but other than that, it's about 3 kits. That's about probably the 3 kits. It would be the Plymouth, trying to think what that was. It was a AAR All-American Racing CUDA kit, as well as the 67 Chevelle Pro Street kit, and the Dirty Donnie was the donation of the engine and everything.
So,
as far as the paint, everybody's like, Pappy, what is that? Sublime green? Nope. That's not sublime green. That is candy lime green.
I like that.
Thank you. Like there's the I use a lot of Cameo paint. Love it. This is straight out of the rattle can too, guys. This is not airbrushed.
Right.
But this is a TS32. As far as the base, the first coat that I used was the metallic silver, which that's where if you get this out in the sunlight, oh my God, you can see the metallic in it.
Yeah.
Then the green is the candy lime. Then about 4 coats of TS13 Tamiya. And then a lot of rubbing. But this is what I've been working on here the last, actually for about the last month. Kind of glad to get it off my. It was almost, it almost was going to become there. It is with the hood. So
That's so cool.
Part of I'm one of these days on some of the other podcasts. That might take everybody on a tour of the shop around here, because I mean, if I can, I'll see a little bit of. I got one or two. That's another topic.
Yeah, that's another good idea. We'll go around.
But that's everything that's been on my bench this week. Kind of glad to get it off. But the topic of what we're going to talk about next will probably be. I'll show you some of what I've got.
Yeah. I do. I'm just thinking to myself, is it possible that you could do? Because I know lots of people that do cars wouldn't know how to build a car to make it look realistic.
Like that.
Is that something you could do a demonstration on one night?
Sure. Well, yeah, it'd take a series.
Take a lot of time, or
actually, Mark, if any of you are, a lot of our viewers tonight, if you go, which I'm not trying to advertise but if you go, I've actually done a tutorial about back halving a kit to where you can make it look like a Pro Street or a Pro Stock or things like that. Yeah. So, yeah, it's something. Yeah, I could do that. I could possibly set that up, maybe in a series or something.
So, obviously, I forgot to mention that Pappy's got his own channel. He's got his own YouTube channel. Yeah, and what's the address? It's Pappy's Hot.
Actually, just my name, Fred Henry. That's the
Hi,
easiest
Fred
way to find
Henry.
me on YouTube. Yeah, and
Okay.
there's only one of us, but I'm on YouTube as well as Facebook and as well as Instagram. Instagram, you can find me at West Georgia Rods and Customs.
That's Georgia Rodson. Oh, I'll pop that in because I'm on Instagram as well.
Okay, cool.
I don't know what my name is though.
You know what your password is? I don't. Vicky will ask me stuff. What's the password? I don't know.
No, I haven't got a clue.
It's on my phone. That's all that matters.
yeah, it's on mine. Yeah. I've got so many darn passwords. I'll be at work and I'll be like, password. I'm like, golly, man, it's like being back in the Navy again. Password. I ain't going to work.
Some of mine used to be ridiculous, like let's not get into the whole password thing, because I'm bound to blab what mine are.
I've got mine down to one, so
I'll never forget. This was funny. You know your PIN number on your card, your credit card or your debit card. I used to go out a lot when my lad was very young. We'd go shopping. I'd always hand my card over, and they'd ask for your PIN number. And then this one time we're in Tesco's, which is that would be your Walmart's. And went over and I handed over the card, and it's really packed. There's loads of people there, and Jake said at the top of his voice, "Daddy, why do you always put 1, 2, 3, 4 in that machine?" And I just sort of glanced round and like, shut up.
Oh god!
I'll tell you later. It's like, oh man, yeah, I changed it. I had to change it.
It's on an as need to know basis, and you don't need to know.
Yeah,
shut up, child.
The thing is, it's taking it all in. Every time I've been doing it, he's been watching, and
he changed it to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, didn't you, Mark?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Over here in the States, I know Josh can probably attest to this. We get robocalls. I do all the time. Oh my God. But we've been getting them lately, or I've been getting them lately concerning Social Security. And basically all they're wanting to do, all you got to do now to get your personal identity screwed up is give somebody out your Social Security number. Well, anyhow, make this a little shorter story. They call you up, and the first thing, we need your, your Social Security number's been encrypted, and it's been compromised, but we need to know your Social Security number. I'm like, okay, no problem. So, can we get your Social Security number, sir? Absolutely. You ready? Got something to write it down with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, and then click. Yeah, I'll play your game with you all day long.
Yeah.
And then I go back and block it. So
hey, I usually ask them for theirs first. If they'll tell me theirs, I'll tell them.
Yeah.
And then you hear the click.
We had a guy ring up, and I can't remember what he was ringing up for, but it was clearly a scam. No, it wasn't a scam, actually. It was, he wanted a load of information. Anyway, by the end of the phone call, I kept him on there for ages. And by the end of the phone call, I told him that I was an ex-astronaut living on a council estate in Britain. I was 136 years old. I just made crap up on the spot. It was just really, really random, and it was taking it all in. I mean, Angela will remember the phone call. It just got more and more bizarre. And I just kept thinking, he's gonna, in a minute, he's just gonna, like, F off, having a laugh.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He just kept going. So I just kept raising the stakes and making it more and more ridiculous. And that's when the day of birth came along. How old are you? 136.
Wow.
Insane. But
we get one every now and then. It's they're trying to sell us home security systems. Which don't get ahead of me. Let's go back to our conversation prior to going live. Okay, yeah, y'all are catching on real quick here now. But they called me one time. They says, hello, would you like to, we're trying to sell home security systems. And I'm sitting here just like, oh, I got me a sucker here. And I said, let me tell you something. I said, really, you know what my home security system is? No, sir. What is it? I said, well, let me just say I ain't going to tell you how many guns I have here in my household, but let's just say if they make it down the hallway, they better get right with God, because when they come in my hallway, I'm fixing to send them to go see God. So anyhow, they're like, click. We don't want to talk to this idiot no more.
I think, Gordon, you've got a security system, haven't you? I remember you've got a fairly good system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I booby trapped everything.
Booby trapped.
You moved my motorbike out of the garage without disarming it, and it's like the 4th of July going off.
Oh God! Wow.
You know these maroons that you get for on boats. You pull, they go bang.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's one of them. There's the parachute flare, so it lights the area up as well. So you pull that button, you pull that pin, it goes straight through the fucking garage roof. Boom! Lights the whole house up.
And you got one, didn't you say you had one of them blinking rockets on the... I can't remember now. You said you had a rocket or something off an old aircraft.
Well, should we have this conversation on the podcast? Rocket sounds pretty illegal. That's saying.
Yeah, he weren't real. Not a real rocket. Not a real rocket.
When I used to work on aircraft, I used to go to a lot of the salvage yards and stuff. And you'd get old MOD stock. And the RAF scrapped a range of missiles that had got a little camera in the nose. And you could pick them up for, what, $50, something like that, next to nothing. All right. And if you know a little bit about wiring, you can get them working. I used to have this missile hung up in my garage. It was in top of the eaves, right? And it used to hang there. And folks used to say, oh, where'd you get that from? And talking about it. Then you come in the house and show them the video. And we're walking down the garage.
Good idea. It's a bloody good idea because, it's, yeah.
It was a TV guided Martel.
Sorry?
It was a TV guided Martel.
I don't understand why the cameras are so dodgy on them rockets and missiles and bombs. Whenever you see
it's not a matter of them what they need to see, because what they're following is actually infrared.
What I want to see is, in 4K high definition, the rocket coming down and then a guy going.
There was some of those bunker busters that during the Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm. Oh my God, they were. I mean, I remember one, and they're laser guided. They're guided by somebody in the area with a laser. And
the area.
X marks the laser. It follows the laser, and I can attest to this because I've had a lot of training with that type of a weapon system, being in the Navy. We were the ones that was out there in the field with the lasers, and I mean, you point it, you click it. That's where, and I've seen missiles come in from, across the sea, and then just all of a sudden they just zoom, and they hit the laser, and it just sends it right to it. So,
but
I'm sure it's gotten better.
They put the image up on TV, and you get this shaky black and white infrared image that comes up.
Mm-hmm.
I really want. We've got 4K, we've got 8K. I want to see high definition. I want to see like a movie with the tones going up. And then you've got the bad guy. I don't know. He's
running like hell,
fucking a donkey or something, and then he looks over his shoulder.
There was some of
what's that missile coming down?
What is this? Yeah, I remember during the this is after I got back from the deployment. There was photo. I mean, there was footage. I mean, it showed it going right to the bunker doors, and then next thing you know, it's all hell's done broke loose. But sucked to be them.
Yeah, but they started it as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway, we've gone off on a tangent there, which is not what we wanted to do, but it was fun. So anyway, tonight we're talking about stalled projects. Now, some of you may jump up and immediately say, hold on a minute, we've already talked about lack of mojo and stuff like that. But a stalled project is not necessarily the same as a lack of mojo. Let me just bring that camera down a little bit, that light, because it's making me look a bit like a vampire. So the thing is, with a stalled project, you can have a stalled project, even though you're really into your building, you're really enjoying the building and that, but you'll get a project and it just goes on a bit too long, and you just get fed up with that kit. You're itching to get onto the next one. Everybody else is, I don't know, maybe you haven't enjoyed the build quite as much as you thought you would. And that's really like a stalled build. I had that one there, that A6 was would have been classed a stalled build, because the amount of time I sat with it in front of me, and it's still not finished really. There's wheels on it need doing. There's probably an hour's work maximum, but I just can't be bothered with it. It's so it's stalled for now until something comes up, and I'll pick it up one day and go, I'll finish that off. I've had a few. I won't lie. I've had more than my fair share of stalled builds. I think everybody has them at some point. Who in here has had a stalled build or got a stalled build? And do you have any advice on resolving it or getting past it?
I'm guilty.
Yeah.
Guilty as hell. Guilty as hell, sir.
I would be very surprised if there's anyone out there that can say they've never had one.
Flip screen back then, Mark.
I think everybody can relate to this topic, because I know for me, like, take like the figures and stuff, like I'll prime these. I mean, I don't have to do this. I don't have to do anything to this one but paint it. But like I'll get a bunch and I'll prime them all black or gray, and then I'll go and figure out what paints I want to use. So it kind of stalls out that way because you get started and then you got to figure out where you want to go to the next step. Or the other one is you start a kit, you get to a certain point, and then you have to paint it, and then you have to do something else because you got to wait for the paint to cure. So I think everybody can kind of relate to this topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biggest thing that stalls me is same as Josh has just said. You get to a certain point where you've put the first coat of paint on, and then you've got to wait for that to go off, cure, harden, whatever, and you think, what can I do now? So you either grab something else and start something else, then you end up with a load of shelf queens.
Yeah, and that's another topic, and they're all very much the same, aren't they? Shelf queens, stalled projects, lack of mojo. They're all related to each other in a way.
I know with mine, like for instance, and I'll give you a good for instance, like with this Barracuda, this Cuda that I just finished. You know, with automotive, or when you're building a car or truck, there's so much kit bashing, especially with what I do. There's so much kit bashing involved. You kind of you get to a point you just you do go into a mental block, and you go, God, I've got so far with this, but I don't know what I got to figure out how to get this part to fit with this part, and then but with automotive or cars, you're trying to get all your you're trying to get it to fit. And then once it fits, you got to get into you got to start your painting, and usually that's, I kind of get into that mental block with that where I just go, let me set you aside because I don't want to, jeopardize the bill. So I'll put you back in the box, and then there it goes. And what do? You pick up something else to start. And usually with like what I like to do, which I'm kind of multi-genre. I build cars, I build trucks, I build airplanes too, and I got one here I'll show you. And it's a stalled build that I started a while back. But a lot of times I like to, if I'm in the midst of an automotive build, and I get to that point where I go, you know what, I'm tired of you, let me put you away. I'll break out something in a different genre, like either an airplane. I've started doing little small figurines and building, doing dioramas and things such like that with little vignettes. And that helps me. It kind of takes away from that to where I go, well, let me focus on this for a while. And then while I'm, mentally, I'm maybe painting a little small figure and doing a vignette. And I go, oh, wait a minute. Well, let me think back on this build that I got stalled on. And then it dawns on me, and I go, all right, well, I'm going to set you to the side, quit building the vignette, and go back to the car. And then, then you got more. I've got 3. And when I finished this Cuda the other day, I was like, well, and that's when we started, amongst us, started discussing what the topic of this podcast should be. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's talk about, as a group, let's talk about stalled builds, because this and what did I do? I've started back on one of my stalled builds, which is sitting behind me, and I had to strip it. I was having some paint problems with it, so I put it in the old brake fluid pond and stripped it. And yesterday I cleaned it up, sprayed. Actually, I've got it into a base coat right now that I'm very happy with. So I've unstalled one of my 3 right now, but I've got 2 sitting right over here. That's and everybody's like, golly, Pappy does do aircraft, but this is a Blue Angels that I have. It's a FA. It's a FA 18. I think it's 18. But anyhow, this is one that I knew I was going to hate this being. I told you I was going to hate being tethered to this thing.
Yeah.
But this is one of them that I had started on, and it's just it's decal hell. Let me turn it this way.
Yeah.
So, but you can see the deep. But one reason it's stalled, you look at it and you go, airplane's finished, Pappy. No, it's not. I've still got to. If any of you have been around I've been around the Blue Angels enough to know that their aircraft is shiny. I mean, you could eat off these planes. So I'm gonna have to hit this with a little bit of gloss, but I'm also going to build this one not as a static. It's actually going to be an in-flight model, and I'm building a shadow box where this plane will be flying out of I can't position it the way I need to. It'll be flying like it's flying out of the shadow box with a contrail off the back of it. So it'll be really like a 3D vignette picture, and it'll probably be flying out like that. I had a picture of one that I seen the idea, and I was like, wow, I like that. So one of these days, this is one that I'm gonna finish it, and it'll be one that we can I might show or something, which I doubt it, but
wow.
Everybody like I'll get bored with I won't say I get bored. I'll get to a point where I just go, I'm tired of building this particular build. I'll pull out something else. And that's another thing I've done. This kit right here, the Ford GT, and I think I just turned it over. Yeah, I bought this right after these first came to the States. And
what's the version I've got? Revel.
Yeah, Revel. Yeah, that's a good one. But if y'all ever get this particular Tamiya kit, be aware of this body it doesn't come all molded like this. This body is about 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's 5 pieces that it takes to get this body just the state right here. So, but all I've done so far is that's all I've done to it. I've just.
Sorry to interrupt there, but with the Revel one, there was a problem with the tires.
Yeah.
What was it? Somebody help me. What was there was an issue with the tires?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never built that.
Well, in the UK, they weren't molded fully, were they?
No, they were. You had to send off for them.
It was something to do with the A arms.
No, the tires. They weren't molded very well. They were very scrappy.
Yeah.
And it was the same on everyone's kit, and they had to. Everyone had to ring up and get a replacement set sent out. Mine are in the drawer there. But yeah, it was. And I'm interested. Were the wheels okay with the Tamiya? I'm sure they were.
Yeah. These actually went. I mean, this is a static curbside type model. There's not really a whole lot of. There's no engine. But it's a very detailed interior, which I really like my interiors anytime I do builds. But as far as the tires and wheels, man, they're awesome. I mean, it's got very good detail in the calipers and the rotors. And I was either tossing around, either finishing the GT, or I was going to finish this one here. This has been another one of my little. This is just
behind you, right?
Yeah, that's what's sitting right here, Josh. This is the This is the Chevy Love kit, which many of you. Little story behind. There's story. God, I'm full of stories. I'm full of a lot of other things people's told me over the years, but I could care less. But a lot of the builds that I like in my cars, I like to build stuff that I've physically laid my eyes on. And a good friend of mine in high school, here I am fixing to dump the motor off. A good friend of mine in high school had a little Chevy Love, just like this truck. And he jacked it up, put 4-wheel drive running gear up under it, had a V8 in it. And and I'm actually patterning it after his truck. And this was like probably 30 something years ago. So I'm really dating myself again. But got the little, I just went ahead and detailed up one of my little small block Chevys and got the frame. But what ended up happening was, I was combining two. Actually, let's see, there's about 2 kits that went into building this one. This is the kit I just showed y'all. And there's a Revell kit that has all the running gear with the tires and the wheels and the engine that this came out of. So what ended up happening was when I painted this the first time, it sucked. The paint I used I used to use Duplicolor, which is actually an automotive grade paint, and it got on there terrible. But it's got a lot of metallic, and this is actually Tester's paint that I've used right here. So I've got, let me get it where I did a little decal work on it this morning. There's the back end of it as far as the bed and the cab. That's about,
I had a Ford Orion, that color.
Oh, wow. Man, I hadn't heard that name in a while.
Yeah, I had a Ford Orion. It was that color. Lovely. I love it.
I'm trying to remember the color I used on that one. Actually, I went back. I used Testers. Whew. Man, I used to hate Testers, but they've got a Testers paint out now. It's called Extreme Lacquers, and they got some beautiful colors in it. This one's called Star Spangled Blue. A lot of metallic in it.
Yeah.
And once I get this ready for clear, I've got probably, I forget how many I've got in here. I'll be using that as far as the clear. And this stuff, I like their clear. I like their stuff. They're made by a company here in the States called Rust-Oleum, and they're getting Rust-Oleum is stopped. They're stopping making the Testers line of paint. But so I've bought up as many. I've tried to get as many as I can in my possession, but so I don't run out. But it's the only thing I don't like about these, especially, I like their product. Their nozzles suck. Their nozzles. If you don't, 9 times out of 10, what I would normally do, if I was going to spray this, it wouldn't be out of this can. I would decant it into another container, let it gas out, and then I'd run it through my airbrush. So, and that may be what I'll do with this one. Actually, I sprayed the base color on this one out of the can, and I was just like, ooh, I wished I got it smooth. I was happy with that. So, but that's, these are a couple of my stalled builds that I want to, I may get started back on a couple of these this winter, which with the Blue Angels build, that one's going to require me getting out in the shop and doing a little woodworking to make a shadow box like I need. I'm glad this sun has finally set. Here. Man, that stuff was beaming in on me earlier.
What time is it over there?
We got 3:09. I have dinner I'm cooking tonight, so that's another one of my fun little hobbies.
What are you cooking?
Oh my goodness. I need to set y'all out a plate then. Baked ziti, and they go an old country boy from the South knows how to cook Italian. I do.
Right? What?
I love doing this.
I said Forrest Gump. I don't know. She's watching a quiz show though, so I don't. You said Forrest Gump. What's going on? What's going on? Life is like a box of chocolates.
Mark, Vicky and I, we travel a good bit, and she has relatives down in the town of Savannah, Georgia, where that was filmed at.
All right,
and we go down there every year around Thanksgiving in November. We're not going this year, but there's a square down there. I forget the name of it, but it's a town square where it shows him sitting, in a park scene, and that's where it was filmed at. So, but it's
so I don't know. I put a tweet out earlier, and I said, I can't remember where it was, but I said that now your President Trump is no longer president. He could now get a new job, and he could be on a spin-off of Forrest Gump, and it could be Forrest Trump. And he could be Forrest Gump's dad or his long-lost brother. And you've got a whole film there for him. The life of Forrest Trump.
Oh, God. And film it in front of Trump Plaza in New York.
Yeah.
Well, he's not really allowed in New York now, so it'd probably have to be in Florida.
No, I was about to say.
I had a COVID injection in the buttocks.
Oh, God. I got pictures of Vicky and I went to New York City not this last September, but September in 2019, and we've got pictures in front of Trump Plaza, Trump Tower. I'm sorry, Trump Tower. And trying to get into that, trying to walk into that lobby was like trying to get into the Pentagon. I mean, they had armed security. I mean, they were standing there with ARs. They had full riot gear on. I was like, I just want to go inside and eat. Say I've eaten Trump Plaza before, so. And we did. We had a great meal in there. We went into one of the restaurants that was in there, and it was awesome.
Was it expensive?
Mark, it was. Vicky and I both, we had, we got New York strips, of course. You don't go to New York and not eat a New York strip steak. But I think between, it was probably around, probably about 70 to $75 for us to eat there, which was, it was an awesome dinner. We had walked all up around Manhattan, and then we came back through that. We were on our way back to our hotel, and she was like, "Let's go ahead and eat dinner that way, because we can kind of crash it and then go across to the bar across from where we were staying at, and kind of kill in the evening." So we went ahead and eat there at Trump Tower, and I was like, "Man, this man knows how to live." But like Josh said, I don't think he's going to be welcomed back with open arms to New York.
Oh wow! Anyway, that's a whole different story from modelling. But I don't know whether he'll ever come on this show. I don't know if anyone told you, but I actually extended an invite to Vladimir Putin to come on this show. He's a modeler. I found out he's a modeler.
Wow, did not know that.
I wrote to the Russian Kremlin, and I said, come on, hang out with us. I don't know what. I think I must have had too much to drink that night.
I've done that before too. I don't drink anymore, so. But I've done some stupid purchases online though while drinking.
Do you remember that, Gordon? That
Yeah, because we were on about getting Prime Minister on to go and talk about his buzzes.
Yeah. I was doing a whole peace process at the time. I thought, we'll get Putin on and we'll get him talking about his yes, Gordon's right. And there's another one. Who was it that does the buses? Boris. Yes, our Prime Minister apparently likes to model buses.
Wow.
So Putin, I can't remember he does anything really. Jets, in it, or tanks or something is his thing. And our Prime Minister's like buses. And I thought, get the two of them together, broker a deal.
Did y'all know that? Did y'all know Rod Stewart? He was an avid model railroader.
Yeah, I did know that.
Wow, I mean, big time. He's got I think he does HO scale, and his layout that he has at home. Oh my goodness, man, that's.
Who are you on about? Sorry,
Rod Stewart.
Rod Stewart.
Oh yeah, Rod Stewart's. Now this is true. This is fact. He's got so when he goes on tour, he hires his suite, and then he hires 2 extra suites in the same hotel, and they are for his model making when he's not on stage.
Yep.
So he takes all his kit with him. And then when he's not on stage, he goes up and he goes into the other suite, and there he's got all his trains and everything set up. You've obviously seen the same images and pictures I've seen.
Yeah.
The guy is he is dedicated in a way that, and he's got the money to do it as well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
His train tracks are phenomenal.
I remember seeing a publication, model railroader publication. It showed his layout at home. I'm like, wow, man, envious.
Yeah, he doesn't. Let me get this right. He doesn't take the whole thing with him because it'd be too big. But he takes the sections he's working on, and he takes people with him and that's their job. Their job is to look after his train set, get it sorted out, get it taken down and moved to the next hotel. When you've got money, that's what you can do.
Yeah.
He really loves the hobby. Great. It was an interesting interview. I think I read it. I didn't see a video interview. I read one. But there you go. Anyway, we've deviated a couple of times.
So Mark, what's your stalled build?
So, well, I said my stalled build's I've got the A.
Bring back Mark.
Sorry, the A6 is my main one.
Oh yeah, maybe it was Gordon that had gone that.
Sorry, Josh.
I said, yeah, that's right. Maybe it's Gordon that hadn't gone yet. I thought maybe.
Yeah, no, I've got a train as well.
Yeah, train.
Are we going to see a car picture here in a minute, Mark?
Don't talk about the car either.
Right. Oh yeah, there's a car as well.
Best if Mark doesn't talk and someone else goes.
Yeah.
So Gordon, what do you got that you've not been managed to finish yet?
B47.
There would be one. Just get him.
P47, that's ready for paint now.
Nice that.
Got you two Dragon Lady.
Oh, I like that.
Wow.
Damn,
I like
dude.
that. That's an odd shape. Is it me? That seems very odd.
Yeah,
That almost looks like a U2.
Why
Yeah.
why does that look so
Biplane.
odd, Gord? Explain to me why it doesn't look right.
well, it's got the dome with the radar on the top, and the extended nose for the Seeker radar bobbins.
Yeah, that's it. It's the extended nose. It doesn't look.
Yeah. Well, the normal U2 nose is quite dumpy. It comes from about there.
Yeah.
But this is. I forgot what it's called. It's one of the upgrades because they're based in the UK at the minute. There's two of them over here in the UK. And they're both like, well, one of them's like this, and I think the other one's got the top and the short nose. But yeah, I've got them two. I've got an old Spitfire that I keep going back to.
Oh yeah, I've got one of those. Yeah.
Right. And I've got one of my lambs I keep having to go up.
Oh, like that is an amazing. Oh, let's just have another look at that, Gordon. That's
Yeah, that's a 76 scale one.
that
That-
must nearly be done.
That is crazy.
Right, then you've got the I get down without knocking everything off. And you've got the big one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I remember you building that. It's a beautiful kit.
But yeah, that's the 48 scale one. And that's 72nd scale.
Oh.
What's happened to
So-
that one leg?
You what, Bart?
One of the legs was a bit bent. Is that meant to be like that, or?
Yeah, well, the 48 scale one is the lunar approach.
Yeah.
And as you went to the moon, the legs were folded.
Oh,
that's
right, I get it.
That's the lunar approach.
Yeah.
And that one is going to go on the surface of the moon on a little dial. But yeah, this is the one that Mark went whoopee over because of the the chrome effect that I got on the nose.
Oh,
Wow.
bollocks, Gordon.
That's the one. Molotov, right?
Yeah, small toe, great.
Amazing.
That's Molotov. Mhm.
Yeah.
Is that the Reveal kit, Gordon?
No, it's the dragon one.
Dragon.
Oh, okay,
Let's
okay.
just have a look at that chrome finish again. This is a chrome finish. And look at that. Just look at it.
Wow.
I have never, ever seen a chrome finish so good on a kit. Never.
Well, I mean that's why that Molotov paint pins and stuff is taking over bare metal foil.
I don't know about that now.
It looks really, really good. There's people moving. In it's not, I mean,
Yeah. You could not get that kind of a finish like that, Gordon, with bare metal foil. It'd have to be in strips, but that right there, oh my! Hey, Gordon, when you spray Molotov, can you just basically put it in the cup and let it go?
Yeah.
So no, you don't have to thin it any.
No. What I did with this, I basically drilled a hole in the base.
Yeah.
Right.
Look at it shine on that.
And I glossed it. Well, I primed it first with just ordinary grey primer because I use a lot of automotive primers.
You can really go off some people.
So got painted grey. Then I painted it gloss black. Then I put the Molotov on top, and I put one mist coat on it. Left it for half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Then put another mist coat on it. Left it for an hour. Then I went back and put a slightly heavier coat on it, and left it for about a week to harden off. Because the biggest problem is with it,
The more you handle it.
Because it's sort of self-leveling.
Yeah.
If it's not fully cured, you touch it and you put your fingerprint in it. Yeah.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
a neat little trick that I found, right? If you do touch it or catch it, right? A quick mist over with some of that over the whole.
Oh, wow.
Right? And it turns the whole lot back into raw paint again, and it will self-level itself out again.
Yeah. Does it change the sheen as far as you still get the chrome effect to it?
That is still shiny, but it's nowhere near as shiny as it used to be.
Okay.
Right? This is where bare metal foil's got the edge.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
Over time, this will go, and you'll lose that mirror finish. Whereas bare metal foil, it's there for good.
Yeah. I've never used the Molotov, Gordon. I've used Alclad system, the Alclad 2, with good success, but I still have the same problem with the Alclad as like what you're describing with the Molotov.
Yeah, well, this because we're working on doing the lightnings next, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I've dug a mule out, and I'm experimenting with different finishes.
Yeah.
So that's not a Black Widow, is it?
No, it's that P38 I had the other night.
Yeah.
Well, you can see where I've tried different.
Yeah. What came out best on that, Gordon? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, the Tamiya, what was it? That sparkling silver.
Yeah.
Right. Let me dig my spoons out, because I went to bought a load of black spoons.
Me too.
Right. And the lad come in one day and he sat looking at me going, "Why are you polishing the spoons?" Right. So I polished them up, then shot them with some gloss black. And the best three that I've got up to now are them three.
Wow. Lots of sheen. The one directly in front of you, no, not that one. The next one to your right. No, not that one. That one. I personally would be like, that resembles more chrome to me.
Right, that one is Alclad polished aluminium.
Okay. That's aluminum. Okay.
That stuff is absolutely amazing.
It is.
I've got the polished aluminium, and I wanted to do my lightning in that. The only reason I couldn't is because I can't afford the £5 a bottle.
Is that the ALC 101, Gordon?
No,
Alclad.
That one is zero paint chrome.
Okay.
I've heard good things about that.
Right. And that one is the Tamiya Sparkling Silver. Right, I put about 5 or 6 coats on it, and then polished it with a nail polish.
Yeah.
Thingy. Polished it one way, then put the shine on it. That's why that's filthy, right? And that's how it buffs up.
Wow. I don't know. It's kind of leaning toward that one now.
But I'm trying to come up with. I don't want a chrome finish because it don't look right. But the lightnings were, especially the display birds like the one that Mark's doing. They were kept polished, so they were quite shiny, but they got a bit grubby. So I'm after a polished aluminium effect that you can handle, right? You can't spray it in that because you can't touch it. You can't coat it with a lacquer or anything because it'll just go dull.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I've gone through all sorts of different colours because them are the Model Master Super Metallics.
Wow, Gordon, you give me a headache. What we do is what I do is whenever I'm not sure on a colour, I pick it as a group build, and then I let Gordon run with it. He does all the legwork, and then at the end of it all, I say, "What's the best colour then?" And he says, "It's this," and I go, "Right, I'll use that then."
Yeah, well, that's what we was doing the other night when we was in the hangout. He says, "What are you painting?" And I've got this out, and I've got about 6 different silvers.
Yeah, that looks awesome, by the way.
That's all I was doing, just messing about with them.
You all right, Carl?
Yeah, buddy, you're right.
Yeah, not too bad.
The wingtips have been polished to see what it comes up like. Yet this has been left as bare paint.
So let me get this right. Can you polish the Tamiya LP colours?
The one that I've had success in polishing was the sparkling silver.
Right. So that is that one of the ones I've ordered?
Yeah.
LP, is it 5?
LP 46 or something like that.
48.
Now that's the LPs. That's the lacquers. Is that correct? Okay. I haven't seen them yet. I've seen them advertised, but I haven't seen anywhere locally in the States where we can buy these yet.
I haven't. I've bought one bottle of and that was smoke. Actually, I ordered smoke. But as far as I'm aware, I didn't know the polished aluminium. The polished aluminium. Can you polish that?
I'll let you know when I've polished it.
Oh, you haven't done it. You know the one I'm looking at, it's 8K. Let me get it.
My experience with most lacquers, Mark, is yes, you can polish them. Because matter of fact, I was showing y'all this Chevy Love right here. It's a lacquer. It's a lacquer also, and I guarantee you, I could probably take it and hit it with maybe some 1,000 or 1,200 grit paper, wet sand it, and once I get it polished down a little bit, I could probably take it in there and hit it with some of the novice polishing system that I use as far as the rubbing compound, and it would probably just shine like crazy. So,
yeah.
But I'm very interested in the new Tamiya paint as far as the LP. I can't wait till they hit the States.
So it's the extreme metal I'm on about. So this is the polished aluminium extreme metal. So, oh yeah, this bloody ugh. I wish everyone could control this because I just keep forgetting. So this is the extreme metal that I use. I like this. Now, oddly enough, that's the chrome one, which is number AK477. And the polished aluminium is AK481. Now, when you first put down AK481, when you spray it down, it comes down with a misty look. And you look at it and you almost sort of say to yourself, that's rubbish. That's very poor. I've wasted my money on that. And you leave it. At least that's what I did. And then I went away and I come back, I don't know, about 5 minutes later. And it's like the little chrome fairies have been at work. Polishing their little hearts out on the surface of the paint because it's completely changed from where you left it. And that stuff is brilliant.
Now, are y'all backing it up with you starting off with like a gloss black?
Yeah. Starting off with gloss black
because with the with the Alclad they say use this the gloss the ALC 305, then hit it with the light mist, hit it with the ALC 107, which is that. I had heard through the grapevine. I haven't used it yet. I haven't tried it. I've got it on hand. One of these days I'm going to try it. I'm going to be like Gordon. I'm going to try it on a test spoon. But they say if you use this Aqua Gloss Clear ALC 600 and coat that, it won't do like some, where you'll lose the chrome effect. It will.
It doesn't take it off completely. It'll knock it down a shade or two.
Yeah.
But it's still, because no, that's not that one. Yeah, I've got some as well. The Aqua Gloss for putting over the I've got the little dinky bottles that we get over here.
Yeah.
But there is the gauzy stuff, which is supposed to be designed specifically for metallic products. I can't find the. I have got a bottle of gauzy, but I can't find it at the moment. And I reckon that's designed for the metallic products, that you don't lose that sheen when you spray it on. I don't know. I've used the gauzy stuff. I've never myself sprayed it on and then thought that the metal finish looked bad afterwards, but I should point out that I'm not building models for competitions or anything like that. I purely build for my own enjoyment and to socialise and help other people. That's all I build for. So I leave all the professional stuff to the professionals.
Josh, I was reading through some of the chat here.
So what was that?
What do you reckon about it all? I know we've gone off on a tangent here. Somehow we've gone from stalled builds to metallic paint, but we'll just run with it.
I don't really. I mean, I try not to have that kind of toxic stuff in my house. because it's just harmful. I mean, with the new spray booth, I might be able to, but
Yeah.
I don't know yet. But
So
for the most part,
right, I get exactly what you're saying, because I have our grandson comes around 3 times a week. So on those days, I can't, or I have to be extremely careful what I do in terms of modeling. So things like these are out. Okay, I have a spray booth, but it's just my daughter would, and to be honest, I just don't want to.
Might want to explain that you're in the front room.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This will probably help. Yeah. I'm in our living space. So I'm not in a shed. I'm not in a bedroom. I'm actually in our front room. So I sit up this end. And there's all my bits and pieces and that.
It
And
has
then
15 foot of a 21-foot room.
and then Angela sits down there watching the telly.
Yeah, this is my little bit. He has the rest of it.
Yeah. Okay. Go on. Carry on watching TV. Right.
Hey, Mark. Sometimes I spray out in our garage, and
Yeah.
we don't park cars in our garage, but it's my area that I have to spray in. But Vicky she'll hang clothes out there to dry, and a lot of times before I start spraying, I keep a lot of my paints in here in the shop with me, because and I'll start right here. I'll start shaking it in here, and she'll be like, "You better not be spraying in that bedroom."
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
your hobby shop. I'm like, I'm not. I'm just getting it ready. But
Right. So I'm guessing that you've definitely come across this scenario. You've sprayed it. You've brought it in, and you put it on the side.
You've got
and
residual smell.
What's that smell? Have you been spraying?
I tell you, I don't have a spray booth, and I'm matter of fact, I think that's probably what. Matter of fact, I got my Micromark catalog in, I think yesterday or Friday. So at breakfast this morning, I was sitting there flipping through it, and I said, "Oh, Micromark's got the spray booth," and then she lit up like a Christmas tree. So I think that's probably what I'm going to end up with under the tree this year.
They do work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You always said they work.
They work to an extent. But
yeah, I do. I mean, honestly, guys, I need one, because even with trying to keep my lungs as well as mine and hers, without that, it does stink up the garage. I mean, if you like some of the Tamiya line of paints, the lacquers, oh my God, I can go out there and spray Tamiya lacquer, and it'll take your breath. And Vicky will be like, "Did you spray something?" Because she, like I say, she hangs clothes and stuff out there, and she's I can smell it on my clothes. So I'm like, okay, I won't spray when you got clothes drying out there.
I've only got to literally, I can open a bottle of glue, and within 5 minutes, she will be, "What you got open over there?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy when you actually think about some of the toxic stuff that happens with this hobby.
It is.
Stuff is nasty. It's downright nasty.
But are you still in the room?
Yeah.
I have. I mean, I've had chemical pneumonia before, which is, and it's actually.
What's that?
Chemical pneumonia. It's kind of like a hardening of the lung, because when I was in the Navy, we did a lot of diving. And sometimes with when you dive to different depths, what happens? You might be breathing a certain percentage of oxygen and helium and things like that. Well, over the years, it's caused my lung tissue to kind of harden. And plus, I've been around a lot of chemicals in my life. Of course, spraying different things. And that's not But now I wheeze like I don't smoke cigars anymore. I used to, but I sound like when I breathe sometimes at night. Vicky's like, I hear you wheezing, and that's basically. But they've told me over the years my lung tissue is they've called it a chemical pneumonia. So
it's crazy what diving will do to you, especially if you haven't sit for a long time without using it.
Yep.
And then you start using it a whole bunch. Yeah, I've got some friends that have got really messed up doing that.
Back a long time ago, when I used to do 1-to-1 scale, I would roll a car into a garage, and without any PPE on, especially a respirator, I'd go in there just with an old, like a N95 mask, and I'd go in there and I would spray the whole car with just an N95 mask. And then the next couple of weeks, I'd be like, and I'd be like, oh God, way to go, dummy. So.
Yeah, done that, been there, got the T-shirt, know exactly what you mean.
Me too. I mean, it's, just like I told y'all earlier, my mother used to tell me, if you're going to be stupid, you got to be tough.
So is that one of your stored builds then, Josh? It looks like a ghetto blaster.
Hell's bells. What is that? Hold on. Let me bring the camera up on Josh's.
Wow.
What the hell is that? That is enormous. It looks like Canon's latest camera from the future.
This is that Warlord Titan that I printed out that I've been working on. With it being 3D printed, and then some of the prints didn't come out quite right, so I've got to go through and fill all the gaps. And I mean, you can see I've been sanding this part out.
Bloody hell, Josh! You are too dedicated.
That's not a stall build, Josh. That is a WIP. That's a work in progress, brother.
Well,
yeah, that is insane. You are completely nuts.
No, I mean, but you get into some of these cracks and stuff. What I've really been doing is I've been just gluing them, filling the seams in with glue, and then I'll go back in and fill it in with silly putty or white plastic, perfect plastic putty, or whatever I got around the house. But
can I ask, is this your build, or is this somebody else's?
No, this is mine.
What I mean is, you've designed this and printed it and everything.
No. I didn't design nothing. I got the file off Thingiverse.
Yeah.
And then, it's no longer on there. So apparently it's a file that wasn't supposed to be on there, but it turns out to be a really cool kit.
Right. And you've adjusted it to make this. Yeah?
Yeah.
It does look fucking cool, Josh. It looks, that's almost got an Aliens type look to the head.
Well, I mean, this is just the body. The head goes in the round circle here, and it's probably as big as my fist. Just the head of this thing.
I don't know what to say. That is.
So, and I've still got all the I guess you call them outer plates to protect the joints and all that kind of stuff, because it's for one of those tabletop gaming. Of course, it's as big as the table, but
it's incredible. It is one of the best. It's the best model I've seen at that scale.
See, the worst part is it probably took me close to 10 months to print all this out. And then it'll probably take me another year to get it to where it's a point where I could at least prime it, and then I have to sand it all down. So it's going to be a stalled build like several times.
What kind of printer do you have, Josh?
Build, let's get this right. A stalled build is something that you have lost interest in. That to me does not look like you've lost interest in it.
But it kind of falls into that category. I've got to wait for something to dry. I got to move on to something else too.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that.
So what was that, Fred?
What type of a printer do you have, or do you have several?
I have two. I haven't even opened the other one yet. I haven't had time with school starting and everything. But my CR10 is the filament printer that I have.
Okay.
It is really, really cool. I wish I had an Ender 3, and I did have one for a little bit.
Okay, I've heard lots about those, about the Enders.
It was a really, really good printer, but then, someone offers you 3 times the price that you paid for it, you just sell it.
That's odd, because I had something similar happen. Why was that? Why is that? Is there something we're missing?
What do you mean?
Well, somebody came along and they wanted to, and they did. I was offered a resin printer. I was offered the I can't remember the name of it.
I'll say this, and I'm not afraid to say it, because I can get good results with these printers, but the filament printers, if I can get it leveled out and perfectly fine, I can get just as good results as the resin printer stuff.
No, I'm going to disagree with that.
No, you can say what you want, but you're still going to get the filament lines. I've got prints but that's the thing. The resin, you're going to get a perfect print almost every time. The filament stuff, you have really got to be good at fine tuning the printer to where it's perfect every time.
Even when it's perfect, I mean, I don't think you can beat a resin printer now. Gordon, you've seen some of the really close-up photos I've taken from the resin printer.
Yeah.
And I just cannot see a 3D an SLA printer matching that. I really can't see it. And that's
some printing done by 3D printers that Josh has got, that he's done that with. And it's same as Josh says. It depends on how you put it on your bed,
right?
What resolution you have it set on, and stuff. And I actually saw a figurine about 3 weeks ago, and I thought, wow, that's amazing. And it was a filament printer. I thought it was a resin printer, but this guy, he eats, sleeps, and breathes CAD. He does it for a living. He designs certain stuff for the military and stuff, and he's using a filament printer day in, day out to do fast prototyping.
Yeah.
Right. And they'll come up with an idea of, say, a handgun, right? He'll design it in CAD, stick it on his printer, and within a few hours, they've got something they can actually hold and play about with and stuff. And it's this figurine that he did. It was Wolverine, that's what it was. And I actually thought it was off a resin printer. And he just turned around and says, no. He says, where's the filament printer at work?
Oh,
thought-
And this is recent, is it?
Yeah.
What? And you spoke with him online?
No, he lives not far from where I live.
Oh, right. Okay.
I can't say too much about the job he does because it's of a sensitive nature, but he eats and sleeps cat. He's the sort of guy he'll be at home and he'll be in bed and he'll be asleep, and he'll figure out a problem in his head while he's asleep, and he'll get up and he'll go to work just to fix it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't realise the time was knocking on. It's approaching 9 o'clock here, so I believe Josh has got one more thing he wants to mention. By the looks of it, he's brought over the Predator.
No, I mean, we were talking about the quality, and I went and got this.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a guy that does really good files. So stuff like this, yeah, the resin printer is going to be better because you're still going to get all the lines. But you're still going to get all the lines in the resin, too. So and then some parts, I mean, you really have to sand them down anyway, regardless, just because it's going to show stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I've been tossing up the idea of a printer, and I've looked at the enders, and I've heard the filament versus the resin arguments, discussions as well. But I don't know. How much would I use one?
Flip the screen, Mark.
Yeah, opposed to, do I want to learn? Do I want to sit down and learn? A CAD program? Am I going to, first, usability? Am I going to use it a hell of a lot? No. I mean, I'm a lot of times, and a lot of the things that, as far as like me building cars and trucks and things like that, and you can look behind me, I've got just a ton of parts. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be, well, what kind of wheels am I going to put on? And a lot of times I'll buy kits, just because hey, it's got a cool set of wheels. But then again, too, could I print my own? And a lot of guys do that. And do I want to go to that? Nah, I've been buying out stashes. I mean, y'all see that right there? Those are all tires and wheels. That, I mean, could I print that many? Yeah, but do I want to learn to, print, do a CAD program? Nah, not really. I'm damn near 60 years old. You can't teach this old dog new tricks. I'm getting tired of learning.
Anyway, we're going to call it a day there. It's been an interesting subject. We've touched on so many different things. We started off with stalled builds. We've touched on paints. We've been all over the place. It's been a really interesting evening.
It's been a fun evening. I really enjoyed it.
Thanks to my co-hosts Gordon, Josh, and Fred. We will see you all again next week. I don't know what the topic will be, but be sure it's going to be interesting, whatever it is. Thanks all for joining us, and we'll see you all next week. Bye for now.
All right, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.